Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna speak as a gentleman. I'm gonna speak as a gangster. I'm gonna start with the gangster first. There was a time, if you accuse somebody of something that was false or something that they didn't do, and you ain't have facts to support your claims, you could lose your life. But nowadays, because people come home, they're trying to live their life, they're not trying to live that gangster life no more. They're trying to move forward. And now the fact that they got the ring bell and you got dudes hiding in other states, I dare any one of you birds who live in New York, come see me. Come see me, come talk to me, get on my platform. Let's have a conversation. I want to look you in your eyes, and I dare you to say what you said on your platform. I want to look you in your eyes, and I dare you to say to me, I dare you to call me the names that you call me.
Things just got heated up between Brian Glaze Gibbs and Gerald Prince Miller. And in this video, we're going to ask, should Brian Glaze Gibbs and Gerald Prince Miller have a sit down? Now, before we get into this video, we encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe, and share as much of this information as possible. Share it to people you think could benefit from this. Now let's begin. So, on my timeline, I've been seeing Brian Glaze Gibbs do a series of videos or exposés on Gerald Prince Miller and the not so nice things that he's pretty much done. But to be fair, there have been other people that have said stuff about Gerald Prince Miller. You have Luke Stevens, who was under Fat Cat as well. And he said on the streets, Gerald Prince Miller had a reputation of being a not so nice guy. He didn't go very deep into it, but you know, if you put two and two together, it's obvious what he meant by that. And, you know, more recently you had Glaze, who went all the way there with it. Granted, Prince was arrested arrested for any of that stuff. But Glaze is sticking to his guns and said, you know, just because it wasn't arrested doesn't mean it didn't happen. And Glaze is very confident in this because he says he has the receipts. He has people willing to come forward. But the thing about it is, Prince isn't willing to file a lawsuit against him. Now, he filed a lawsuit against Hassan Campbell on behalf of his uncle, Supreme McGriff, but he won't file a lawsuit against Glaze. I wonder why. Now, I really wasn't going to insert my nose into this, but I felt I had something else to add to this conversation. So, my thing is this, and this is what I have to add. This is pretty much a proposal. I think that Prince and Glaze need to have a sit down. A sit down. Now, it could be, you know, on Supreme's platform, on Prince's platform, or it could be on Glaze's platform, but there needs to be some sit down. But ultimately, I propose that they have a sit down on a neutral platform. And the platform I have in mind, there's two platforms I have in mind. There is Vlad TV, and I know some of you may feel a certain way about Vlad TV, but hear me out. I think Vlad would be a good forum for that sit down. I mean, Vlad could have the security in place. Could have a nice divider between the gentlemen. They could sit at a table, look face to face, and, you know, say what they gotta say in front of each other. I think a neutral platform is an ideal situation for the two of them to air their grievances and get it out in the open once and for all. Another platform is the one where Sammy the Bull and Michael Francis went on when they did the Mafia States of America, and that is Patrick Bet David. Would Patrick Bet David do it? I don't know. But Patrick Bet David, he did a good job facilitating the sit down between Francis and Gravano. And as you can see, Francis and Gravano became allies, so to speak, or quote unquote friends. But he thinks that there really isn't any friendship with those two. I do think that there is some level of animosity there, but since they have a ceasefire and it's more so for business reasons, they're just gonna front and fake like they're cool and that they're friends. But me personally, I don't think they like each other. I do think that, you know, Glaze and Prince, they could have a sit down, and maybe, just maybe, they may come away with some level of understanding with each other. Glaze ain't really trying to understand Prince at this point because Glaze is sticking to his guns, because Glaze, you know, came up with an accusation that people just don't want to have attached to them. I ain't gonna really say what that accusation is. I may post it on the screen, but I really feel that these two should really have a sit down and get this out in the open, and maybe they can come away from the table not as friends, but some type of understanding, or maybe some type of ceasefire. But I'm not sure if one of them wants to keep it going or the other isn't interested. Prince did say that, you know, you should come and see me and say it to my face. Well, I think, you know, Prince has a point, but I do think it should be on a neutral platform where no crime could be committed. Granted, Glaze said, you know, I'm too old for this stuff. You know, I'm 99 years old and I'm at peace now. But sometimes in the heat of discussion, as we've seen with Sammy the Bull and Francis, old instincts could kick in. So I think they should really sit down and hammer their differences on a neutral platform with security in the room. Folks, tell me what you think. Let me know in the comment box. This is Iron Will Media.